The new set is finally here, and boy are there some great cards coming for Cube. So in this video we're going to be talking about the top 5 rares and mythics from the set for Cube. Hello and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and thank you so much for joining me. And in this video we're going to be going over the top 5 rares and mythics from this great set for Cube. Whether the dinosaurs are going to be getting in, pirates are going to be getting in, we'll just have to wait and see. So without any further ado, let's get stuck in. It may just be because there are dinosaurs in this set, but I did struggle to cull the numbers to just a top 5. So here are a couple of honourable mentions for you. First up at the honourable mentions we have Rampaging Oscidyne. This card is certainly a 3-drop that can prove to be interesting for a lot of players, especially those with larger cubes. This 3/3/3 with Menace is good value, plus the Sulfuric Vortex ability doesn't go unnoticed. Stopping life gain for a red beatdown deck cannot be underestimated, especially where the symmetrical damage will likely affect the opponent more than you. Plus Menace means the opponents will need to play multiple creatures in order to block, which makes the triggers quite effective too. Needless to say, it's not spectacular, but it's certainly good enough to try. Kinjali's Sunwing is another interesting card. If you want to have another imposing sovereign effect in your cube, then this will certainly be worth having a look, especially as the 1 extra mana giving you 2 toughness and evasion is a good trade. The downside is that the 3-cost white section in cube now is just so strong, and it may well find it difficult to break its way in. If you want to try out something different in your 3-drop section or have a larger cube, it may well be worth a test. So starting off at number 5, we have a surprisingly good card which looks more and more impressive each time I look at it. Search for Azcanta is a really cheap card selection engine which will prove its worth over the course of the game. Scrying really can't be underestimated in Cube, and this gives it to you for 2 mana until you hit the threshold, which really won't be difficult in blue. And once you do, you get yourself a fantastic land in the form of Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin. This land ramps you in blue, plus gives you the opportunity to dig for spells which in all manner of decks from control to combo will appreciate. All in all, it's a card which I think probably deserves a higher spot and more than likely will prove to be a lot better than its first impressions say. But I'll let you find that out for yourself. At the number 4 slot, green gets another interesting 4-drop in the form of Ripjaw Raptor. I really do like this card and I think it will certainly do a lot of work for you over the course of the game. Getting card advantage off it taking damage really does make this very effective, and having 5 toughness allows it to sit nicely into wildfire decks alongside any spells where you can split the damage, giving the card advantage to yourself. This will really give your opponent a headache, as they'll just have to think wisely before attacking into it or blocking it as to not give you card advantage. Just remember that the raid trigger doesn't happen more than once if the creature is double blocked, but if this doesn't bother you then it's certainly a card worth a good test. At the number 3 slot we have Hostagetaker, which a lot of people knew out from the original leaks. There is a lot to like about this card, with the potential for a 3-for-1 if you can cast the big threat you stole from your opponent before Hostagetaker gets removed. Depending on the creature or artifact here, it can be a huge swing. In a powered cube you'll have the ability to steal and play a mock straight away, which can prove to be massive. Yes, this card has the chance to be removed very quickly and the value is taken away from it, but that is the chance potentially worth taking. The downside of this card is it has a lot of competition in that dimmer slot with Dragon Lord Silumgar and the Scarab God, which means it may prove difficult to find a way in. If you wanted to try something a little different with a fair amount of potential, I'd find a way to bring this in over one of those. Well, sitting at the number 2 slot is an uninspiring yet effective green game winner in the form of Carnage Tyrants. Being hexproof and uncounterable really helps protect it against a control matchup, which is where this shines. Ramping into this or simply cheating it into play with the likes of reanimation spells or natural order, and you've got yourself a really effective game winner which is going to find its way into a lot of cubes. At the number 1 slot, which will come as no surprise to any of you, is Sorceress Spyglass. We've got ourselves another Pithing Needle effect, and that is always welcome in Cube. I can assure you that a lot of you will underestimate the number of cards that this is able to affect in your cubes. This one has an added benefit to the standard version. For 1 extra mana you get the opportunity to look at your opponent's hand and find a potentially bigger target, which will end up putting this card into main boards rather than just sideboard picks. I'm excited to put this card into my cube as it not only gives me another effect I enjoy, but also does so a lot more effectively to shut down big threats like Planeswalkers or stranding resources like fetch lands or Oblivion ringing a target on the board. The versatility and the added information makes this so much better, and I'm definitely finding a way into my cube, and I'm sure a lot of you will too. So there we have my top 5 rares and mythics from Ixalan for Cube. Some of these cards may well make an impact higher than unpowered cubes and are certainly worth giving a try. There are definitely others that are worth testing from this set as well. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree with this. Have I got the order wrong or have I missed out a card? I'd love to know. And if you missed my top 5 commons or the top 5 uncommons from this set for Cube, links for those will be in the description below. Just before we ended the video, I wanted to talk about a brand new game that's coming out from my sponsor, 5 Colour Combo, in the form of Town Bumpers. This is actually a really fun, family-friendly strategy game that's definitely well worth having a look at, and there's currently a Kickstarter available at the moment to help support and bring this game out to the rest of the community. I've been lucky enough to try this out, and to be perfectly honest, this is actually a really fun game that doesn't take very long. So if you're interested to find out more, go to the website www.enfutownbumpers.com, and there'll be a link in the description below for that as well, so you can go and check out the Kickstarter and find out more about the game. I would just like to take this moment to thank my Patreons of the channel. I can't thank you enough for the help and support that you're giving me. If you'd like to do the same, head over to patreon.com/lifebegins@20, and there'll be a link in the description below for that as well, where there are plenty of rewards to choose from. With your support, we can really push to make this channel even better. Be sure to check out our sponsor, 5colorcombo.com, for a great range of Magic the Gathering accessories with stunning artwork, plus a great app to draft and create decks on the fly. Use the referral code LifeBegins20 for 5% off. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. With your support, we can really help this channel to grow. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.